Sneak peek number 2 of the March update brings a new common hero equipment for the Minion Prince, the Noble Iron, and then we get a new Dark Elixir troop, the Furnace, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Let's start off with the Noble Iron, the newest common hero equipment for the Minion Prince. And on paper, it does look very similar to the Rocket Spear. However, one massive difference is it's all a passive ability. So when you deploy your Minion Prince, if you have this equipped, the first 7 attacks are all going to be like a super minion. So you do need to keep that in mind. Also remember, this is a common equipment, right? So I don't think it's fair to compare it to the Rocket Spear because the Rocket Spear is an epic equipment. It's just meant to be a whole lot stronger. Worth noting though, that 17% attack speed increase is really nice. So is it going to be super strong? No, I'm going to show you some really good things about it later in the video and some shortcomings of it, but cool equipment to have in the game. Now what you've all been waiting for, the newest troop in the game, the Furnace. Now for those of you who play Clash Royale, you'll definitely recognize this troop because it is a card in that game as well, but it operates slightly differently here because obviously this is Clash of Clans and not Clash Royale. Now you can unlock this at Town Hall 15, 2 levels at Town Hall 15, then an extra level at Town Hall 16, and an extra level at Town Hall 17 to get you up to level 4. 18 housing space, and it doesn't move. It's worth noting. However, if the defenses target the Furnace and the Furnace goes down, all the unspawned fire mites will not spawn. So you do need to keep that in mind. It does damage over time. If you're willing to put in the weight, 18 housing space, I mean, it is stronger than a Yeti. Just got to keep in mind it's going to take 60 seconds to do all the work rather than a Yeti, which can do it in about 15. So what I really wanted to know is, can we improve the strongest attack strategy in the game with some of the new things coming in this update? So we're starting with a Royal Champion charge. Extremely strong, will probably always be strong until the boots are nerfed into the ground. And the 2 things I want to test is, 1, you can see in this army I've got 3 Furnaces, because in my opinion one of the weaknesses of this army is you're kind of forced to bring the Siege Barracks with this attack. Siege Barracks super strong, but you're forced to bring the Siege Barracks because the Queen alone can't funnel everything. But what happens if we bring 3 Furnaces and then we can bring the Blimp? Because you're going to see here, I'm not going to get the Town Hall down with this Royal Champion charge. A lot of bases in Legends League at the moment have those isolated Town Halls where it's really hard to get it with your Royal Champion. And obviously you can't get it with the Siege Barracks either. So why not use the Furnaces to funnel instead of the Siege Machine? And then you can bring the Blimp. And then if you don't get the Town Hall with your Royal Champion charge, like I don't here, you can use the Blimp if you want. I'm not going to end up using the Blimp in this attack. I am going to use the Stone Slammer instead. But it gives you the option to bring more power to your air attack. And the Furnace is an excellent funnel troop, as you're going to see here. But I'm also going to use the Noble Iron at the start of this attack. So have a look. Noble Iron. Now I have to use the Jelly because well, I wouldn't have had to here actually, but generally you want to bring the Jelly because that forces your Minion Prince to actually target some of the defenses. But look, we clear out some of these annoying defenses on the outside. Now unfortunately, because we use the Jelly on the Minion Prince, obviously the Minion Prince gets in front and takes a lot of damage, but we were going to use our Warden ability early anyway. And then on the right hand side over here, you can see the Stone Slammer is doing great work at forcing our dragons into the core. Like we know, it's all about funneling these dragons. The Furnace is just relentlessly spawning fire mites, and the Queen is kind of chilling. One thing we did miss is, yeah, we used the Noble Iron, but keep in mind, that doesn't mean we used the Dark Orb. So you can see all these defenses are feeling the effects of the Dark Orb. So just because you use your Minion Prince at the start and the ability of, well, the passive ability of the Noble Iron, you still have the general ability of it as well. Now the dragons do go down here, the Giga Bomb, so I probably didn't come in from the right angle. And this does end up getting a little bit close. So, am I calling this OP and the best way to use the strategy? No, I just wanted to test it out for you all. I think this has potential. Maybe not the Noble Iron, just because it makes the Minion Prince have to use the Jelly. But definitely the Furnaces, I think, have a place in this because, look, my Queen is chilling. She is still alive, lived the entire side of the base, and she is going to clean it up. Now, would I recommend this over the regular version? I don't know. Definitely not the Noble Iron, but maybe the Furnace. I think the only thing is, it just adds a layer of complexity to an army that is so simple. I mean, the army at this point is deploy 15 dragons on 1 tile and triple. So why not change it up for the Minion Prince? Rather than using the Noble Iron, we'll just use the standard equipment, but we're going to bring the Sneezy with the Minion Prince, because something I do like about the Sneezy is it means we have enough air pets in the game, because obviously you're running the Owl on the Warden, we got the Phoenix on the Royal Champion, there are no other air pets in the game except for the Jelly, which people have been using on the Minion Prince, but as we know, that does put the Minion Prince at serious risk. Now we have the Sneezy. Let's see how nice that can go here, but then we're yet again going to use the 3 furnaces so that we can come in with a blimp in this base instead. So the Royal Champion gets into the core of the base, pop that ability. She's going to do something preposterous here and jump the wall, which I don't understand why, but she jumps the wall, then goes after the Minion Prince. I'm not very good at this, but also I think I got some pretty rough luck with that one. I mean, what are you meant to do when the Royal Champion genuinely has no interest in doing anything? She does take down the air defense, so good on her. Pulled the CC out. Now we're going to start with the dragons on the right-hand side. I love that I can put my Minion Prince down straight away. We want to start spawning those snotties. Obviously, the giant arrow comes from the top, and we have these furnaces, but in this hit, you're going to see the weakness of the furnace, because have a look at these ice golems coming over, right? My queen has to deal with the ice golems, and do you think furnaces are good with dealing with ice golems? Yeah, I think we all know the answer to that. So Blimp makes it to the town hall. I should have run a balloon Blimp, but I couldn't be bothered changing my CC. But have a look. The queen gets wrecked here. Now, if we had a siege barracks up there, the Peckers get in front. They tank that ricochet cannon, and they take down the ice golems whilst the queen sits from behind. But these furnaces, they're very good at taking down trash buildings. Terrible against heroes, genuinely terrible against heroes, and not very useful against defensive CC troops at all. They're just there to funnel, essentially, the fire mites are. As you can see, we're going through here. The Sneezy is sitting super far back, and you're going to see, yet again, another weakness of the Sneezy here. Minion Prince takes a Sam to the face, but it does mean we do get to see the Sneezy in action. The enraged pet is going to go and start shooting. I really like the sound effect of it. Maybe you guys don't. I think it's kind of cute. But this, for me, is the biggest weakness of this update. Like, we have so many things that should be helping this attack strategy, which, I mean, is a problem. It's the strongest attack strategy in the game. It should probably be getting weaker. But there's so many things. We've got a new air pet. We've got an even better funneling troop, and we've got new equipment for the Minion Prince. And at this stage, and I would love to be wrong, and I've been wrong plenty of times before, at this stage, I just don't see what people would change about what they're doing with this army. Let me know down below genuinely. I'll watch the other creative videos as well and see what they're doing. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not convinced this attack strategy is necessarily better by making any changes. Now, I was curious, what if we use the Noble Iron like we used to do with the Rocket Spear of the Royal Champion to set a funnel? Well, let's have a look at this. So it is doing solid damage, but if you're counting the amount of shots, that's it. That's it. Now, I can use an invis spell on my Minion Prince if I want, but then I have to start making sure there's no seeking air mines in the area, and then you probably got to run the metal pants to make sure that your Minion Prince doesn't go down. But yet again, that's quite expensive to get a whole lot of nothing. And that's the biggest thing with this. And yet again, I recall the Minion Prince, but this jelly is still going to be active for another 20 odd seconds. The Minion Prince going to be getting in front. Now, I missed the sweeper, both with the freeze and the giant arrow. I'm going to be honest, I didn't have the best attack here. And yet again, I'm pretty sure I'm lazy with the super minions, but the super minions do get the town hall down quickly, and they actually do stay up for a little bit, so it was worth it. There goes the Minion Prince ability. Yet again, really nice to be able to use the Dark Ore, having started using the Minion Prince to set a funnel at the start. But you're going to see here, right? The Minion Prince sort of thing only works if you're going to use a whole lot more spells on it, because Mash Dragons at Town Hall 17 isn't really that strong unless you use the Royal Champion to clear out a huge chunk of base. As you can see here, we are going to fall short of the 3-star. The Minion Prince just doesn't really set up enough of a funnel, so I don't think we can use the Noble Iron like we use the Rocket Spear with the Royal Champion. There'll be some very interesting use cases for it. I want to show you guys one of them tomorrow in a video, and you guys are going to love it because I'm using, I think, 11 furnaces in that attack strategy, and I think it's really strong. But that's all I wanted to show you guys today. If you have any strategies you want to see tomorrow, post them down below and we'll get back to every single one of them.